podcast. One day we will release the 30 seconds leading up to this intro. You know,
right? Yeah.
We'll do all.
I got to get a bleep button on your thing now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey guys, we got Dale Luke, we got Jason Kloster, I'm Rob Eberzino, and we got to go shoot some guns last week.
Some new guns.
Some new guns, absolutely. Last time I saw you guys, which was about a week ago that we were together, we got to shoot, and then you guys were heading off to the camp. You guys were going to clean up the camp. Let's start there. How'd it look? So as most of you know, we're in South Louisiana. We've had a couple significant weather events here this year.
Right.
Yeah, slightly.
And a lot of people that are checking on their camps and fishing camps especially are terrible. I've got some friends and
I got a hole in mine. Yeah.
Hunting camps may be in a little bit better shape just due to geography, but how'd it look? What'd you guys do?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, we rode around and just cleared trails, made sure that we didn't have any major issues with the actual structures that are on the property, and we dodged a bullet. We were very, very fortunate.
We were fully prepared to spend 2 days on chainsaws,
right,
but it only ended up being about half a day, so it was bad.
Yeah.
All our deer stands made it, so.
Well, good. That was a good weekend. We started out right up at the shooting range with some brand new Berettas, really. Well, fairly new. I'd say they're all this year's models.
Yeah, most of them been introduced within the last 30 days.
Yeah, brand new one that we'll talk about here in a minute, but had a good time. I really loved to get out. It was finally a little tiny bit cooler here. The shooting weather's a little bit better than the heat of summer. It's honestly tough for us to get out.
Yeah, it was
in the heat of summer and shoot.
Very pleasant on the skeet range shooting a little sporting clays and realized that I need a lot of work shooting sporting clays.
Yeah, there's a little rust on all of us, I think. That's for sure. That's for sure. So let's run through the guns we got to shoot, and then we'll kind of go back through and break them down. So we had three new pistols. We had the M9A4 in FDE. Then we had the 92X in black, really cool. And then we had the, I've got to go to my notes, APX-A1, the RDO Carry, which is brand new, launched yesterday, I think, as a matter of fact.
Right. Yeah,
so we got to taste test those a little bit. And we also got to shoot a couple of the new shotguns, the A300 series, the Ultimas. We had the 20, the 12, the 20 with the kickoff, which that was probably, in my opinion, the star of the show for me.
That one, I think, got picked up more than any of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a couple 1301 tacticals, which were also, they're fun to shoot in their own right. So where do you guys want to start, Dale? We
can start right into the just the field guns.
Yeah.
We like the functionality of the guns. They shot extremely smooth.
Yeah.
The kickoff system on them is absolutely fantastic. It is a great value for the price.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just an all.
The Beretta A300 series, ever since they introduced it several years ago, has been one of our most popular semi-automatic shotguns. I mean, it gives you the legendary Beretta reliability, very soft shooting,
right,
at a very affordable price. And they're 3-inch only, so they're not 3.5-inch magnums.
Right.
But I haven't shot a 3.5-inch magnum shell in quite some time. Everybody goes through the phase of more is better, and I've very rarely do I ever shoot 3.5s anyways. So a 3-inch magnum shotgun for me is really honestly more practical. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit shorter.
Well, I loved it. I love the look of the guns. I have an A300 Outlander in camo Max 5, which is really my go-to. That's my workhorse. These two are exactly what you would expect in that line. I mean, the 12, for me felt very much identical essentially to the Outlander that I own. The look of these, we got to shoot kind of the black and tungsten, I guess you would call it. And they're first of all,
like a gray receiver.
They're gorgeous.
They're good looking guns. They did a nice job. Beretta does a great job of aesthetics on guns.
Yeah.
They always they have really nice lines and curves on them, and they really do a good job with that.
Yeah.
But they did a lot of functional improvements on the Ultimas.
Yeah.
The controls are a little bit enlarged, but not so big that they hang up on stuff.
Yeah, they don't get in the way.
Right.
No, they're real easy to manipulate.
You're not going to miss them though, that's for sure.
No. The biggest thing for me was they opened up the loading ports quite a bit, so a lot easier to load, especially if you have gloves on.
Oh, absolutely.
They did a really nice job with that, and then they have the kickoff system on the A300 Ultimas. which reduces the recoil. You can take it off and shorten the length of pull if you want.
Right.
And that's why we had one with and one without.
Yeah,
while we were out there.
We didn't shoot the one without too much. It felt a little bit.
It was
like
too short.
A youth gun.
Well,
that's because we didn't have it set up.
Well, I mean, I got monkey arms. You know,
oh, yeah.
I mean, it just
yeah. But
I'll swallow it.
But the 20 with the kickoff was amazing.
Right,
I mean,
and the 20 gauge was not previously offered in the A300 line. So the A300 Ultima is the first time the 20 gauge has been offered, and that's the gun. I think our Beretta rep gets tired of us asking him every time he comes or calls, like, "Hey, when's the 20 gauge coming?" And it's coming. But because that gun now you've got a gun that's very affordable in 20.
Yeah.
That is super soft shooting. I mean, that, like I said, that gun we just kept. When we finally ran out of 20 gauge shells, I was a little disappointed because I was like, I wanted to shoot it some more.
Yeah, absolutely. I always, I had the 300. I was really considering maybe swapping up, trading up to the 400, but now it's like, well, wait, for affordability, as you mentioned, you might not have to break off that much money. The 400's a fantastic shotgun.
Yeah, 400 is definitely a top
platform.
of the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic gun, but you really kind of get the best of both worlds, with now in the 20 gauge. I mean, it'd be a little bit different, but
well, even in a 12, the 12 shot extremely smooth.
Yeah.
And personally, the sights on them. You had a mid bead, and then you had a high vis kind of front sight,
right,
or front bead.
Didn't help us much, but they're there.
No, it didn't, not at all.
yeah. There's a few missed birds, just a few.
Yeah,
2 or 7.
I really enjoyed that. That's what we started with. We're all like, okay, let's get the sporting shotguns out.
A 20 gauge A300 Ultima is definitely now on my to buy list.
Absolutely, anybody can shoot it. I mean, youth or.
Well, and the good thing now too, especially like for turkey hunting.
Yep.
With the TSS loads and everything, there's really no reason to shoot a 12 unless you just really want to.
Yeah.
So that little gun in a 20 gauge with some TSS turkey loads would be a super lightweight, easy, low recoiling turkey gun that you could pack around.
You think you could take it turkey hunting? You'd be confident?
Oh, absolutely. With TSS, people are using 410s.
Yeah.
So I mean, a 20 gauge TSS load is really equivalent to some of the 3-inch, 3.5-inch Magnum 12 gauge stuff that's out there.
Right.
That in the old technology. So I wouldn't hesitate. It would be a fantastic gun.
Yeah, I think we loved it. I mean, I think we all signed off on that one, and the 12 as well. But again, the 12 is kind of been out in another form or fashion. But
it's been there, and the 20 hasn't.
Exactly. This is it's just going to be a high demand shotgun.
Oh, absolutely.
Big time.
And they'll have camo versions and everything.
Yeah, they've got some other variations coming out with it, which will be exciting. So onto the next one. So we got a little pistol time in. Let's switch over to pistols. So let's start with the carry. So the APX-1, the RDO, the carry pistol. Again, kind of what you expect. I mean, it's very much in line with some other pistols that are out there. It's got a very aggressive grip texture. I know, I can say that for sure. If you don't want it something that's not going to fly out of your hand or feel like it's going to fly out of your hand, this is the grip texture you want.
Yeah, the big change up on all three of these handguns is that now they're optics ready.
Yeah.
So Beretta has taken the APX Carry, which has been out, and they took the 92X and the M9 A3 previously, and they made them to where you can mount an optic on them. So which is kind of the default thing now for pretty much all semi-automatic handguns. The APX Carry, really, it's still a single stack design,
right?
But it's a really shootable gun, and with the they had a little Burris fast fire on there, and it was pretty quick to shoot. The recoil was not bad at all, and it's really flat.
And it didn't seem out of balance with the optic on it.
No.
Agree. Yeah.
The way those optics mount, sitting right over pretty much the web of your hand,
right.
Maybe a little bit forward, but, it didn't feel out of balance at all when we were shooting.
I liked it. I think it's a great additional offering in Beretta's lineup. I think that they filled a nice hole and a nice niche there that they needed. I think it'll be another hot ticket. I think everything they're coming out with right now, Beretta is very calculated and popular and well loved in the marketplace. And
brand.
Absolutely. I love their new stuff. I think this is going to be a hit. So we also had the M9A4, which I've got a real soft spot for this one. I don't own one of these, but it is on my short list. It really is probably top 3 handguns.
It's just something about a 92 pistol that just fits your hand.
I love it.
It just contours so well to it.
I love to shoot it. I loved it with the red dot on it. I mean, it felt great. What do you
guys
think?
the Beretta, the 92 series, they've been really in the forefront in the U.S., public since 1985 when they got adopted. And the Beretta platform has always been super reliable.
Yeah.
The open top design, it's just a very reliable gun.
Yep.
They're always been really, really accurate in my experience. They're on the bigger side. They're a traditional double action, single action gun. So it's not the lighter, smaller striker stuff that you're seeing now.
Right.
However, there's always also a place for those size guns as well, and they're very shootable. Recoil on those guns, even with NATO loads, is really soft.
Nothing. Yeah.
No, and the M9A4, which is the new one, it's pretty much the same gun as the M9A3, but it does have the slide is cut for an optic. It has a threaded barrel, which suppressing a 92 is really easy because the barrel doesn't tilt.
Yeah, it's a fixed barrel.
It's fixed, so it's really it really makes for a great suppressor hose. And they offer them in the F model, which is the safety decock, or the G, which I prefer, which is a decock only.
Yeah.
Manipulating that slide mounted safety has always been a little funky for some people.
Yeah.
I like just being able to just use it as a decocker only. Matter of fact, my old Beretta 92F, I refitted with a G decock only setup on it, and it works a lot better that way. Right. So yeah, really, really solid gun. The 92X is kind of the next iteration of the 92 that Beretta came out with. A lot of really good. They took a lot of the features from past guns like the Vertec and some of the what was the name of those guns they did back in the day? The Elite series guns, and they took a lot of those features where they used dovetailed sights, narrow slides.
Grip.
Yeah, better rounded trigger guard, stuff like that, and put them in the 92X. So the 92X really is taking pieces of all the popular 92s that have been made over the last 30 years, and put them into one gun. And now it's optics ready. So it's they've really I think hit the pinnacle of what the 92 is capable of with that gun. And I tell you, on the range, it proved it. That was by far.
Oh, that was lights out.
That was my favorite one by far.
Absolutely.
It shot. We were shooting, trying to really bear down and shoot. I think it was at 7 yards. We were putting 10 rounds in just one small ragged hole.
Yeah.
It shot really well. So again, a 92 is kind of a 92. But if you're interested in that platform and you kind of want the best of all the features without having to get anything done to it, that 92X is tough to beat.
And I'll tell you, the M9A3 was a nice jump up. And then they're making just the right improvements in the M9A4 and the 92X, I think, with the slide, the optics cutouts and so forth. I think it's just right, not tampering too much, because it's a great gun.
Right.
It's really.
There's a reason why they haven't deviated much off of that design, because it's a really good design.
Yeah, absolutely. What about the 1301 tacticals? That was fun to shoot. A tactical shotgun is
that actually made me bring my 1301 to the camp this weekend, and that's what I was riding in the side by side looking for snakes.
Yeah,
it is completely filthy.
But we
shot it out
after we rode around it. This thing, it looked flat, dark earth, even though it's brown, even though it's black, because it has so much dust on it. He took it out, and he started running rounds through it, and it ran like a champ.
Yeah, it was pumping.
What was exciting about shooting these guns, because usually when you shoot, you say, defensive shotguns. They're usually not very fun to shoot.
Yeah.
They beat you up.
Yeah.
These guns were super soft shooting.
Right.
1301 Tactical is really kind of it's the hot ticket, in my opinion, in a defensive semi-automatic shotgun.
Yeah.
And what they've done to the newer versions have really now taken pretty much. There's nothing you have to do to them.
Yeah.
It's out of the box. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
They took those few little things that people were having to do with the old ones, where add an extended mag tube and maybe mount an option to put a light or something like that on there.
Yeah.
Or getting it choked.
Right.
Yeah.
I sent mine off to get Briley to go ahead and tube it for standard and Vector.
Yeah.
No, Vector Plus, I think is what mine's choked for.
But now it's all done out of the box. It's ready to go.
So there's two versions. There's kind of the standard version, I guess, and then there's a pistol grip version with the what's the hardware on
the Mesa
Tactical.
Mesa Tactical.
Yeah. It's a pistol grip with a fixed stock. It's not a collapsible stock or anything like that. And in the standard one, Beretta Smart, they use a short reduced length of pull on their stock, because when you shoot the defensive shotguns, you want to be squared up. Mm-hmm. You're not your traditional bladed style,
right?
Trap shooting or whatever else. You want to be squared up in a fighting stance, and so when you do that, you want that stock a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Also, if you're wearing body armor or just a lot of kit or whatever else, you don't want that long length of pull. And Beretta gives you that out of the box. So that gun is totally set up to run. Now they've got they get a 922R compliant fixed 7-round magazine tube. So now it's an 8-shot gun. It's got a
QD sockets on.
It's got QD sockets on the front on the barrel clamp, and it's got some 2 M-lock attachment points, so you can mount a light or whatever else you want on there. It's got ghost ring sights. It's got a piece of rail on the top if you want to put a red dot on it. I mean, I don't know what else you really do to it.
Right.
I think we talked about it at the range. The only thing that I could even see is maybe adding a QD socket into the stock, just so you can. It's just a little easier to sling.
Right.
But other than that, it's ready to go. Now the Mesa Tactical one, it has a slot to do that, so it's really
a sling slot.
It's a sling slot in the rear. So you really it's good to go out of the box. Home run on those, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So you shot both. You tended to lean toward the standard version, I guess,
correct,
if you will. So why is that? What did you feel kind of is the difference there?
On the Mesa stock, it just kind of rode into the cheek. The recoil did.
Yeah.
On traditional shotguns, you start big on the end, and as you slope to the actual pistol grip itself, it kind of slopes down. Mm-hmm. So that recoil, the stock is actually coming away from your cheek.
Yeah.
And on this, it was almost level, like shooting a KSG or something on an AR platform that's kind of straight,
right?
Where it just kind of comes straight back at you and kind of drags your cheek, and that's kind of the only reason why I like the other one better.
Yeah, I like the standard stock just because I'm used to shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not used to shooting a pistol grip shotgun. I will say this: the pistol grip does give you a little more leverage on it. It gives you a little bit better. It's easier to handle one-handed.
Yeah.
Which is an advantage of a semi-automatic shotgun versus a pump. You don't need both hands to run it.
Right.
So I could see, for a pure tactical standpoint, the pistol grip probably has a lot going for it.
Pretty healthy grip on that thing too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, but I just out of pure, I think,
habit
or familiarity, I just like the traditional stock a little bit better.
Sure.
Personally, I noticed too. They also they toned down the checkering on the stocks
versus
quite a bit.
The one I have. Yeah.
Yeah, his old one, man, it is sharp. I mean, it really abrades your hand when you shoot it. This one, they toned it down a little bit, and they also the loading port seems to have a little bit larger. The controls are a little bit better thought out. That these new iterations that Beretta has done on all three of these platforms, the handguns, the tactical shotguns, and the hunting shotguns, they took, I think, a lot of consumer and expert feedback and time in the field with the old models and made these improvements that where people were having to do themselves.
Right.
So really all these were the result of Beretta listening to feedback and making the adjustment. So kudos to them for doing that.
Well, I can tell you, we have here at LIPSEY'S a house full of people with Beretta shotguns. I mean, it is
the shotgun of choice.
Very, very popular here among all of us. I mean, that's how I got turned on to it, a while back, and I have zero regrets. I absolutely love what I have, and I've got a few more. And again, the Beretta is always the go-to, and I love these new guns. I'm glad to see new guns coming out. That's exciting in itself.
That it is.
What else are we hearing, Jason, out there from maybe from our standpoint or other things happening in the marketplace?
Well, we've got
heading towards the fall here. So.
Well, we've got the NASGW show coming up next month, which is the National Association of Sporting Goods Wholesalers.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a miniature SHOT Show.
Yep.
It's a show for the manufacturers go to and different distributors go as the people walking around.
Yeah.
It's a SHOT Show for distributors.
Yeah. And so it's smaller scale, but honestly, that is really the show where you get the most interaction with the manufacturers because there's not that many distributors, so you get a lot of time. It's not super crowded,
right?
And you kind of get to see all the programs that are coming out for the next year and the new products. And from what I've kind of been hearing from teasers from our contacts at the manufacturers, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff to be seen at that show. So I think people are ready to get out with this stuff and hit it hard for 2022. So
absolutely, I know I'm looking forward to it. And
I'm really looking forward to the NESGW recap show. I think we'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, we'll follow it up, right after. As a matter of fact, what's the date on that?
October, I think it's the 17th, 18th, something like that.
It's late October.
Yeah,
Columbus,
Ohio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that one. So. Well, guys, we're gearing up for hunting season. Sounds like you guys got
it's in the air. We got our first
all your preps in place.
Our first taste of what we like to call in South Louisiana false fall. It's simply a teaser.
Yeah, it cooled off for like 3 days. But luckily we actually were able to go outside during those 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
We weren't stuck in the office. But now been running the tractors and stuff. So it's deer season will be here soon. We've been out practicing with the rifles and getting them all tuned up. So
getting everything. Are you shooting anything new this year?
Yeah. I got a Christensen titanium Ridgeline in 6.5 PRC.
Oh, nice.
So I'm really digging that cartridge. I tell you what, it's a hammer.
Yeah. How about you? You got something new you're shooting this year?
I don't have anything new. I'm just trying to get some notches on the stock on my Christensen that I did not get a chance to squeeze the trigger on anything that came out last year. So.
Excellent.
I was concentrating on the kids.
Yeah. Good for you.
The fatherly thing, right?
Good answer.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys, you know where to find us on all the social media channels at Lipsey's Guns and also lipseysguns.com. And please send us some questions, thoughts, comments at podcast at lipseys.com. Jason answers all of those personally, so you can just call and email and ask him whatever you want. He loves to answer those. For real, you do.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's part of my favorite thing I do is interact.
Yeah, we love
consumers.
We love questions. Yeah. We absolutely do. And so until next time, aim higher.